It's comfortable. It's breezy for summer. It's great. That was the only other thing I actually considered making for a shirt for my avatar for like summer or something. Would be that, but that would require so much real tedious design. Like I do want to bring in like some more small designs and stuff. Like I'm a plain what do you call it, plain pattern person. I'm not a big I'm not a big fan of patterns or detail and stuff. I like things to just be like a solid block of color. It's fine for me. Fabulous. That was actually really well. I was just thinking, I'm like, I'll walk in here and I'll get shot so fucking hard. Mind you, there's some friggin' cars out there. There's some like really like shiny like coffee sort of brown cars, like almost like a brown, almost like a copper sort of variation. They're really fucking pretty. Like, not the cars themselves, but the paint looks really nice. Shut that. You know what I could do is I could fuck with players, right? And I could open doors and set directions and then run off in the opposite direction. And then when they head off into the opposite direction thinking that they're all safe, and I'm actually there waiting for them. That's how you fuck with players. Yeah, alright, so we're pretty much supposed to be in here, but I'm gonna go poke my nose. For a second there I thought I had two SKSs. Because of like the shape of the gun is so fucking similar. But I'm like, no, they're different. No, that's a plane. Alright. I'm gonna guess that they're maybe over this hill. They've been shooting at somebody really slowly. And then they stopped, so I'm guessing somebody's died. Somewhere over this hill. I don't know if you're straight down, I don't know if you're right here, or if you're up on that next mountain. Bunch of tanks. I do like the addition of the tanks everywhere. Like, this kind of thing is interesting. Like, that's, like, supposed to be the roach, but not quite. That one, yeah. Yeah, it's the same kind of model, but it looks kind of like it's supposed to be more aquatic, almost. But what I was thinking is maybe they're up here, but I really wasn't seeing any actual movement, so that bothers me, because they could have just moved anywhere.
Monkey.
Monkey indeed. Hey, Snipe. Monkey has been chatting, actually. I love when people come in and, like, Monkey is here and it is addressed with, Monkey. It makes me very happy. God damn. Alright, let's get up in here. I'm not expecting this to go well, because this is such a small area and half of it's over fucking water, which means we're probably going to get pushed all the way up to coastline. Squeeze me. No, you do not want to come here. Hold up. I'll wait at the doors. I'm doing good. I've only had a couple of hours sleep, and I'm only a little crazy. Like, only a little bit. My eyes are fucked, though. My eyes have been going through, like, waves of, like, yes and no. Ooh, drugs. They've kind of, like, gone through patches where they're doing okay, and the next minute they're sore. Like, they're really sore again at the moment. But I've gotten into at least a couple of, like, late games. I haven't won. I have got a couple of, like, kills. So that's been good. I also completed sub goal earlier, with much appreciation to Keen. Big appreciation for all the gifted subs. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start up a new sub goal and stuff. Get some real fucking sleep. Oh man. Do you know what? I've been told that by about 3 people today. Like, oh yeah, I'm just not gonna sleep, or I'm fine. I don't need sleep. And they're like, go get some fucking sleep.
You disgust me. Go on.
I know. Oh man. Trying to get some water in at the moment, honestly. The last couple of matches I've been like perspiring pretty solidly. Like, my hand, I keep drying it on a tissue because it keeps like I'm pretty sure it's one with the mouse at the moment. And it's not warm. I'm just like, I've roasted up a bit playing this. A bit toasty. Oh, look, there's coffee for Grim. Oh, it's empty. Well, it was. Somebody thought of him. Somebody put coffee out. He's probably already come by and drunk it. Oh damn. I don't want to go outside because I feel like I'm just gonna get shot. But at the same time, I really can't be fucked sitting in that house. And not really. I'm gonna head up and over here. I've been hearing this car moving around, and it's kind of near the edge. We're all supposed to head out towards the water soon. Because water death, beach ending, that kind of thing. But I just hear this guy driving around, and I'm like, look, if he's gonna stop and hang back up here, right, I'm probably gonna like kill him. Is it top thing on your list? Sleep. Lol. It actually is. After I finish stream, after I finish doing like my normal editing and oh shit. After I finish doing like my normal editing and all the things, I endeavor to try to go to bed like straight away. Don't you? You know where I am? You don't look like you know where I am. Damn it. No editing, sleep right after stream. Yeah, see, I try to go to bed. I'll play another round. I try to go to bed sometimes early after PUBG so that I can be awake throughout the weekend. Because usually I'm asleep during the day, right? And I normally wake up about 5 p.m. To like have dinner, get ready, all that sort of stuff. But on the weekends, I try to be awake so that obviously I can spend time with my partner and like go out and socialize and do stuff with people and whatever. And so I normally try to go to bed early, and I'll try to wake up about, I think the earliest I can push to wake up is 10 a.m. That's really asking for comatose me. But like 2 p.m., the extra 4 hours is enough that I'll be fine. But I also know that if I go to bed early, I just lay there. I literally just, I don't fall asleep until about 5 a.m. anyway, so I might as well be doing something, and then I have my entire weekend free instead of having to come back to do some editing throughout the weekend. I don't have to worry about it then at all. And my uploads to YouTube and stuff can run while I'm having a shower and getting ready for bed and stuff, so it works out well. Because then by the time it's all done, I can actually like watch shows or listen to some music or something like that as I fall asleep. Just nice. Plus, my phone internet is back. It only took till the fucking 18th, so I can actually like listen to stuff while I'm editing now. So it's not so bland. Because what happens is when my phone internet goes out, because occasionally I'll fall asleep watching a show, and it will have home and phone internet enabled. And so when my home internet craps out, it'll just go straight to the phone internet, and it won't go back because it's better. And so then it just chews right through it, and I'm out for the whole month. So that's what's happened like the last 2 months. Was it how old am I for minimal sleep thingy? I am 35, I think. I think I'm 35. I don't know. I'm born in 88. Somebody do the maths. I'm not maths braining tonight. Not that well. But yeah. I don't know. You guys got to remember too, I do have a sleep disorder as well. I've got delayed onset sleep aphasia disorder, which means I take a long time to fall asleep. And when I do fall asleep, I'm on the wrong time zone myself. That 4 to 8 hours of sleep and you're good. I have heard of that sleep spectrum thing or whatever for like based on your age, how much you need. And yeah, I think 5 hours is pretty much sweet for me. Fuck that, 7 to 8 hours. Look, a lot of people genuinely can't deal with like less than 8 hours, and 100%. I wish I was like you guys. I wish I could just fully commit to like 8 hours sleep, and like come back feeling refreshed and just like good and stuff. But that's just not how my body works. Like I literally can just lay there awake for hours, and that's the biggest part about why I actually stream at night is that instead of just laying in bed watching shows and disturbing Nick while he sleeps, like I can be doing something productive, like streaming and hanging out with you guys and all that sort of stuff, and then sleep during the day when he works and stuff. It's vice versa. It's monkey 12 hours sleep. Sweet Jesus. Look, sometimes my body just crashes and I sleep like 15, 20 fucking hours in one hit. And I wake up like a day later and I'm like, ugh. Like, I feel gross. But at the same time, like, I've finally got my fucking sleep. I've just missed a day of life, is all. The worst one's like, oh, there's frogs here. Worst one's like when I'm like actually fucking unwell and I go down and out for like longer than 20 fucking hours, or I sleep for 20 hours, I wake up and then I go back to sleep. Are you laughing at the fact that there's frogs here? Because like honestly, that was a surprise. I was landing and I just heard a fucking ribbit and I'm like, what? Like, there's none over here. They're not making the noise. I should have looked for it. I bet you anything. It's probably like the butterflies that spawn occasionally. I probably could have found it if I looked for it. You can hear them. Yeah, I don't mind frogs. In Australia, we get like big ass fucking toads, and they're not frogs. They're just ugly, poisonous motherfuckers. But frogs and stuff, like we get anything from like the really tiny, like cute little tree frogs and stuff like that. All the way through to like, you know, the big motherfuckers that like look like they got some girth to themselves and just like sit on your window, but you know they're defying gravity just by like looking at you through it. Um, like, yeah, I find those fucking hilarious and terrifying in a sense as well, because like, not like I'm not afraid of frogs, but I have at least like come home once and literally had like a frog jump at me down the hallway. Like it got in over my fucking garage door. Yeah. So I had a frog like literally like climb up my garage door and walk in because it's like a roller door or whatever, right? And then it managed to squeeze under my internal door, right? And then it managed to get all the way up my hallway, up to like halfway up my house at least. And then my cats, at the time, I had my like really elderly cat, Honey, who was like fucking 17, 16, 17 or something like that. And I think I maybe had Phoenix at the time, who would have been like maybe 1 or 2. And yeah, I just remember like they were fucking hyper about something. Like they were like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like you can't even believe what's in this house. Like come with me, come, I'll show you, sort of thing. And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are frisky about, what you guys are trying to show me, whatever. But yeah, I decided in my wisdom to just run up the hallway with one of their toys, because like I had a couple of toys down near the front door. And as I did so, this big fat frog motherfucker jumped out from like the side of where like my bathroom was adjacent to my hallway and absolutely scared the ever living fuck out of me. Like I literally like probably squeaked the deepest squeak of my fucking life. And just like, I don't fucking know. What is it? Itsy bitsy frog. Man, this thing was like the size of my hand. It was a girthy little motherfucker. It was a frog. It was a frog of elders, right? It had spells and shit. It had spells to trade. Oh man, look, if you guys are getting, oh, that's right, you guys get bigger fucking bullfrogs. That's right. Yeah, our tree frogs at maximum size would actually be small compared to the big ass bullfrogs you guys get. I forgot about that. I always forget there are bigger fucking frogs. Because it's so uncommon nowadays for us to even see frogs that much. Because like the toads eat them. Like the toads eat them, snakes eat them, mice eat them, cats eat them, dogs eat them. Basically, everybody eats them. Other frogs also eat frogs. So, I mean, frogs got it out bad here in Australia. They got it real fucking bad. But, what's it? Do you see snow? No. No, I don't get snow where I am. Yeah, I need to put my gun away, though, to run, because I'm a lot further out than I think I am. This is a bigger map than I think it is. I gotta run in a straight line here. Yeah, no, we don't really get snow. Is it? That's sloth, though. Is that one of the standards? Is that one of the new standards? I like the fact that it's got like a blue fucking nose. Yeah, I don't know. Poor fucking frogs in Australia. Like, we haven't seen them for ages. That and like normal like little brown lizards and stuff like that, we haven't seen them for ages. I love both. Like, I am not the least bit afraid of fucking reptiles. Like, I don't even care about snakes. Like, snakes, frogs, lizards, whatever. I'll handle them all. Like I especially like fucking lizards. They're like so fucking cute. Especially like when they bite you and they think they're doing like maximum damage, but like they're really just like, I don't know. They're just like stuck on like a little peg to your finger. It's cute. Snakes are no threat. Look, snakes in Australia are pretty threatening. You don't play with the wild ones, but like I had neighbors and stuff who kept snakes, and I remember like returning something to them and noticing that their what do you call it? The heat lamp was out, and like the tank felt cold, and I remember having to hold on to them for a few minutes while they like changed out the bulb and stuff, just in case they like escaped and whatever. And I had absolutely no problem with it. I loved it. They're getting all the pats, and it's just fucking adorable. Like I said, like really, like I said, like spiders are really like the only thing like I don't give much of a shit about. Like they're the ones that like I'd prefer not to deal with. At the same time, like I can still get close enough to do some damage. Is it? Your dog once brought me a snake. Was it the size of her leg? Oh, how big's your dog? What kind of dog is it? Because that also matters in reference to like the story. Because if it's like a 30 kilo plus dog, oh yeah, that's a decent sized fucking snake. The only snakes like those that we see around here are usually pythons. They're usually in transit. Let's see if I can get down here without dying this time. There's a thing over there. Yeah, pythons usually try to like cross the road in the middle of the night, and it's the worst fucking thing for it because like you're trying to drive and here's a snake that's like basically like the thickness of your thigh, or I guess for men like the thickness of your arm and stuff, and like it's taking up like the length of a at least one lane road, if not more. And I'm just like, holy fuck, like I'll just wait. Like some people will get out and they'll like move it and stuff, but I'm like, I'll just wait. Doesn't really bother me to sit there and wait for it to slither. Unless it's actually sitting there to get warm, in which case I'm like, come on. Not today. Let's get you done up. Your doggy was proud. I bet it was. As long as it wasn't any kind of like venomous snake and your dog was all safe and stuff like that, that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure this is, a regular gun. I haven't really used this one, but I know it uses all the normal sort of stuff. I don't think it needs a 3x scope. I reckon I could get away with that. I love how that just like, basically I'm building the same thing here. Yeah, all right. I don't even have the right ammo for that. That shouldn't be in my inventory. Venomous snakes keep dying from the cold. Man, I wish that was the case. Our snakes in Australia just hibernate during winter. Like, they're not bothered. They'll be like, yeah, okay, I'll see you in a few months. Like, they'll get easy stuff that walks by, stuff that, like, wanders into their space or is within range if they can get warm enough or whatever. But generally speaking, like, most of our snakes are pretty dangerous. I've got family that literally lives around, like, they have to live around a snake pit. There's no other way. The amount of snakes that they get, like, I reckon they've got like like an area where they like to like have their clutch and stuff. Now I need the ammo. Sweet Jesus. Yeah, so every time it gets into like spring, as soon as it starts warming up, all the adult snakes come back to breed. And then you get like, I don't know, I think it's like a month later or something. I don't really know snake breeding times and stuff like that. But about a month later, you get like all the baby snakes emerging. And the baby snakes in Australia are just as lethal. Like some of them maybe won't absolutely fucking kill you immediately, but they can do some damn good job. Like they are dangerous. And I'm not paying attention to my location, like always. Alright, give me my third gun so I can run a bit faster. Come on. Winter is 90 to 150 days long. Yeah, but a lot of snakes will kind of like just... That's right, you guys got more of a fucking thick winter than we do. That's right. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was going to say, like, ours is kind of like, what do you call it? What are the fucking months for winter? Is June the center or is July the center? Because I can't remember right now. But whatever it is, the middle month is the coldest when none of the animals are really out and around or active. And the other two side months, literally... It's just like a cold day for the animals, and they'll get out and they'll find something if they're hungry enough. It doesn't really stop them. I'm worried about where this guy's going to come past. I'm just going to wait a second because I reckon he's going to fly past me. Let's leave that here. And how far is the range on this gun? Rate of fire is massive. Damage, effective range, super short. I don't need a 3 times scope. Okay. 3 meters of snow. Holy shit. Like, to be fair, like, I can't really imagine snow to begin with, right? The closest I've seen to snow is frost, which I understand is not the same. I do understand that it's not the same thing. But that is the most that we get here is like on a really, really cold night or a really cold morning, you may see frost cover like the ground and or various plants and cars and all sorts of stuff, right? And across the ground, at least when it's like really crisp frost, like everything kind of looks like a little white-ish. But it never really looks like snow. Like we like to say, oh, it looks like snow, but come on, it's not fucking even close. We know that. We know what we're saying. But we like to imagine for like 5 minutes in our like sad little lives that it's actually like snow. Because, you know, who the fuck travels? Like who has like the budget for that in this day and age? I'm sure plenty of people do. Don't judge me. I just don't have money. Yeah, what is it? Kills you in the process. What, the snow? The snow or the snake? I sent you a picture in funny shit. What are the type of snow you guys get? Or the snake that you got? The player. Sent you a funny. Oh man. I'm so lost. Yeah, the snow you got. Cool. Yeah, no, I'd love to see that. Like, as I said once before, and you maybe weren't here for it, but I have been to a snow center in Singapore. Like, basically set up for tobogganing. There was, like, basically, like, a warehouse area or whatever. You could do skiing, but we didn't do skiing. We just did tobogganing. And that was fun. But again, it's obviously not snow. It's basically, like, a kind of, like, frosty room with, like, I don't know, like a layer of like hard-ish ice, maybe. Whereas like I'd done ice skating and stuff like that before. That's pretty fun. Until I stack it and just absolutely fucking land on my wrists and then I can't play games and fucking draw for like a week. I do that a lot. That's classic me. Is either I slam 100 miles an hour into the fucking wall or I just absolutely just land perfectly, like flat bam on my ass. Like there's no in between. It says skiing is fun, but it takes skill. You mean skiing? Skiing's fun? Yeah. I've seen, like, obviously there's plenty of movies and TV shows and stuff like that that portrays it, but, like, I've never had an instance of being able to even try it. I think I'd probably would if the opportunity was ever there. I'm not that afraid of it. Like if I ever broke a bone or something like that because I decided to try skiing, like, I wouldn't be mad about it. It would just be a frustrating thing that came with an experience, sort of thing. It'd really be my OCD that would be pissed off about like how the fuck do I clean myself now? That would be more of my issue. But yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to have done skiing, but yeah, I think we only had a day pass to some kind of like snow center type place. And the problem that we had with the skiing was that we had to hire not just clothes that we could go in the area, but also equipment. And because my parents decided that it was going to be a surprise for us, which was really nice. It was really nice that we got to go to Singapore in the first place and that we got to go to a snow place. Like that was literally probably the biggest vacation I've ever had in my life, right? And like the only thing that they did wrong is they didn't tell us that we would definitely need to be wearing pants for it. So I went to this fucking tobogganing place in a full fucking skirt, right? And they're like, yeah, you need pants for that. And I'm like, look, I can figure this out. I can divide these into pants and get them into like a fucking, what do you call it? Like one of those snowsuit thingies or whatever you're supposed to wear for insulation or whatever. But yeah, that was hilarious. It was awful. The funny thing is that my dad, for some reason, decided to wear shorts I don't know what he thought like a snow center would be like, but like, yeah, he wore fucking shorts. And for some reason didn't also hire pants. So fucking hell, his cold resistance. Don't you run over me, mate. You keep going. You keep going. That's it. You don't just break things. You also sometimes lose fingers. Yes, you can for like real ice skates. In Australia, we don't generally have like. There's only a few people that actually have their own real ice skates. Majority of people just have these hired out ones, which are not really. They're not really sharp. Like they're kind of like the width of a normal. What do you call it? A normal set of skate shoes, right? Your blade on that. Imagine that, except the point completely cut off blunt, and then one side is like slightly curved in a little higher than the other. So one side's a little bit of a sharp blade, and the other it just kind of curves. Like they're not what like I've seen proper boots. I had a friend who constantly traveled to Germany like at least once a year, and she had real shoes, and hers were deadly. She had to get permission to skate with them and had to have some kind of proof that she had full experience with them and stuff, which I don't know what the fuck she proved to them, but she managed to do it. I'm gonna put this gun away. I really need to get that car. But yeah, hers were deadly as fuck. We were encouraged to not skate too closely to her in the event that either we fell over or she happened to fall over or be going too fast and go past us. But she could do all the fancy fucking moves and shit as well. Like, I don't think like the best we got was maybe being able to skate around holding hands with friends. That was it. And yeah, I think snow pants would probably be what they'd be called. Whatever you guys wear outside when it's fucking cold, right? I don't know what they are. I would have been too young to know what they'd be called. Sorry to the 5-year-olds that use our skates. Yeah. It teaches you to be careful, though. It teaches you to be more careful than the skates we've got. We run around after each other, like, pretending to hack into each other with the kind of blades and stuff we get. Alright, I know there's a guy here somewhere. There's actually two. I'm just gonna hop in here and see if I can just get a little bit of healing now that I'm somewhere semi-safe. My backpack's fucked, though. That's real close. Yeah, I imagine that, like, fucking finger and toe injuries are probably much more common when you're, like, skating around with, like, real stuff. Sorry, but what the horse? What the horse, what the horse? I need more context than that for the what the horse. It's funny, though. Come on, just buff that up. I don't want to waste a full fucking med pack at the moment. Not that I'm really, like, keeping it for anything. How many we got here? We got 15 alive. There's one guy over here. And then you run around, like, having machetes. Yeah, we do. Come on, mate. Open my door. Just do it. Come on. Thank you, Grim. I'll sit up straight. I'm going to stand on your side now because, yeah. Give me this. I was prawning, Grim. I actually was, like, getting into a prawn right then. Oh, shit! Fuck off, mate. Well, there goes my door. So much for having a door. Yeah, well, obviously, like, they're not sharp. They're not really sharp. Like, you can run them across the palm of your hand and not cut yourself. That's how blunt they are. I'm gonna run backwards and down. Yeah, I'm running towards the circle. Great, keep up, mate. Yeah, like, you can probably scratch yourself up pretty bad on them. Like, if you actually sit there and, like, really actually, like, put some fucking pressure and scratch, you can get, like, a little, like, scratch. But, like, yeah, then in no way sharp enough to cause, like, a cut or any kind of, like, fucking severing. There are people down here, by the way. I'm going to head towards that because I felt like there was somebody over there a moment ago. Yeah. Like I said, our shoes are really fucking blunt. So, like, I have seen real, proper ice skating blades. Like, I've seen real ones. I wasn't allowed to touch them. Like, I was a teenager and everything. Like, I just wasn't allowed to touch them because the mum literally just didn't believe that, I guess that her kids' friends wouldn't be stupid with them. and would do exactly what we'd been doing for like the last 5 minutes and just run it across the palm of our hand. But yeah, I honestly don't blame her. I wouldn't blame her. She was really like thinking with a noodle that day. Do I have a pan? I probably do. Yeah. I will grab. No, I won't grab the medicine. I don't really need it at this point. What about grenades? There's only smoke one in here. All right. So, it's across the river. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Let's actually go out the window or a door or something that's not that way. It's also kind of like we had a lot of like ice skating. Well, not ice skating, but like rollerblading. Oh, you were not the one that I was looking for, mate. You were definitely not the fella. I thought somebody was straight ahead of me. They could have been. They could have just died. Not really sure. Oh god. Yeah, no, we have like used to have a lot of like rollerblading rinks and stuff like that as well. And I used to take my own rollerblades to those. And again, you had to get permission to use your own rollerblades. These are rollerblades, right? Wheels. Like soft, like almost like hard jelly wheels, right? We had to get permission to use our own equipment everywhere.